What happened at a wedding that made you realize it was doomed from the start? It was the way the groom looked at his phone instead of his bride during their first dance. I wasn't supposed to notice. I was just the wedding photographer, hired to capture authentic moments of joy, as the contract stated. But cameras don't just capture smiles, they capture truths. The wedding was at a vineyard in Napa, one of those Pinterest-perfect venues with string lights hanging from oak trees and lavender centerpieces that probably cost more than my monthly rent. The bride, Melissa, had been a dream client, organized, decisive, and genuinely excited about marrying Daniel. I'd photographed their engagement session 6 months earlier. They seemed happy then, laughing as they popped champagne by the Golden Gate Bridge, her diamond catching the sunset just right. I remember thinking they were one of the good ones. But something shifted between that day and their wedding. During the ceremony, I noticed Daniel's eyes darting toward the third row where a woman in a blue dress sat, dabbing at her eyes. Not family. I'd photographed all the formal family groupings earlier. Just a friend from work, according to the wedding planner, when I asked. I've shot over 200 weddings. You develop a sixth sense for these things. When the reception started, I was positioning myself for the first dance when my assistant whispered, "That woman in blue hasn't stopped looking at the groom all night." I nodded. "Just focus on getting the shots we need." The DJ announced the couple, and they took their positions. Melissa was radiant, her eyes never leaving Daniel's face as Ed Sheeran's Perfect played. Classic choice. 20 seconds in, Daniel's phone buzzed in his pocket. I caught it on camera, the slight shift in his expression, the quick glance down, then he did it. While holding his bride with one arm, he slipped his other hand into his pocket and checked his phone. Just for 2 seconds, but I saw Melissa's face change. She noticed too. "Everything okay?" I heard her whisper. "Yeah, just work," he said, sliding the phone away. But his eyes flicked to blue dress woman across the room. Later, when I was photographing the cake cutting, I overheard Daniel's best man by the bar. "He's playing with fire. Both of them under the same roof? He's out of his damn mind." I kept shooting. Smiles, toasts, dances, professional to the end. 3 months later, Melissa emailed asking for the raw files from the wedding. "I just want to see everything," she wrote, "even the ones you didn't select." I hesitated. Photographers never share raw files, but something in her message felt desperate. I called her. "Can I ask why?" I said gently. Silence, then a shaky breath. "I found something on Daniel's phone. I just need to know if I was blind or if there were signs all along." I thought about that 2-second glance during their first dance. The woman in blue, the best man's comment. "I'm not supposed to do this," I said, "but I'll send you everything." 2 days later, she called again. Her voice was different, stronger. "Thank you," she said, "for not editing out the truth." 6 months later, I saw on Instagram that Melissa had filed for divorce. The caption under her selfie read, "Better to end a mistake than live with it forever." Last week, I got a booking request for another wedding. The bride's name? Melissa. Different groom. In her email, she wrote, "I want you to photograph my wedding because you don't just see what people want you to see. You capture what's real." I accepted immediately.